Hello and welcome to this monthly update from HAYNE for Planning Analytics. My name's Trevor Goss. I'm one of the PA consultants here. I'll be walking you through one of the articles that we wrote for this month's updates, and these include some prior updates as well for previous updates that I thought would be worth mentioning in this article. So, yeah, but we'll get into it. Yeah, so the first update I want to talk about in version 98 2.0.98, which is for cloud only customers. So if you're hosted by IBM Cloud, this will affect you. And it's a Drive Explorer. Yeah, one that I think people will be looking forward to, because as IBM have been mentioning now for some time. They're going to remove the remote access that we've enjoyed in the past. They're taking away the rich tier client as it's known, and everything will be done in POR in the workspace, and a lot of it will be done in workbenches. And this will be a big change. This will be a big change for admin users in particular who carry out admin tasks, and for people who need to log onto the server. They will need a replacement, and I think this Drive Explorer is the right way forward for that. There was something called the File Explorer, or File Manager, I should say, in previous versions, but the Drive Explorer allows us to access the S drive, and yeah, do things that we would expect we can do in something like this, where we can open up files and move folders, zip and unzip folders. It's not the same as a File Explorer, as my article here states. It's not the same as what we're used to in a File Explorer. You can't just open up a file. So, for example, if there's a log file you want to see, you want to investigate why, you can see the log file, and you can download it. But you can't just open it up in Notepad, which you can do obviously in a typical Windows File Explorer. This may come with a concern if one of the processes with errors are due to some sensitive data. For example, if it said the data couldn't go into this particular cell and that data was sensitive, you don't want to just download that. So there are some limitations to this, but I think it's the right way forward, and it is something that we do need to get used to with the removal of the rich tier client. So I suspect in future more updates will come to the Drive Explorer, and more changes as we move forward with it. Yeah, the new burst feature. Yeah, this is one that bursting. A lot of people use bursting. It's been around for a while in a wide range of reporting tools, and it's always useful. It's always one that people ask for. People often have tasks where they need to get one data set, one data source, and just release it based off particular dimension, geography, team members, different companies or cost centers. And in POR, it has always been possible to export a cube view or a workbook, but this is now bursting, and this is what we would typically think of as bursting, where we can select one of our views or one of our workbooks by a particular dimension, and then when it's exported, it comes out for each dimension. So it come out in this example I've got in my article here. We've selected by both account and month. So what it will do is burst out this report by the account and by the month. And this can be done in both PDF and in PowerPoint. It can't be done in Excel yet. That is one thing that I think might be something that people ask for in future. And there's something where it prints out, for example, in PDF, one page, one PDF file per the item you want bursting. So for example, if you did it by geography and there are 5 regions, you'd get 5 PDF reports. Now you might want that then into one PDF report, which gives you the five individual ones into one major report, which you could then use as a group report perhaps. That at the moment you can't do, and I suspect an easy script to make that possible would be done for many people. But still, this is a welcome feature, I think, a new burst report option within PAW, and yeah, it'll be one that I think I'll be using in future training and demo videos and things like that. Yeah, so I think this is a good update. Okay, yeah, an improved user interface for deleting objects. Yeah, in PAW, yeah, administrators are tasked with deleting or adding new users and updating user security within PAW. The PAW security is slightly different to the security of in TM1. They're different roles in PAW. And yeah, this new feature that came out in version 2.0.97, this allows admins to delete more than one user at one time. So if there were 5 people that needed removing from PAW, you select those 5 users and just select the delete button rather than doing it 5 times. So yeah, I don't personally find myself deleting many users from PAW, but there might be some instances when people do have that task, and if there were more than 5, there were a lot. I think yeah, this would be used. So this could save some people a bit of time. Creating universal reports when connected to multiple data sources. So universal reports, they were released in PAFI in version 2.0.90, and yeah, these were one I found very welcome. I think yeah, in previous training sessions and in demos, I was asked, well, we can break down the rows, but can we break down the columns? Can we split the columns? And if I had a total company and the 4 regions, and that's all they would see, they couldn't break it down. Well, now you can in universal reports, and yeah, this is one that I think people will use quite a lot. The update that I've discussed in my article of version in version 2.0.797.1, I should say, allows you to create universal reports when connected to multiple sources. And I think that would be useful if you are in multiple sources at once and you want to use universal reports. You can do so now. But yeah, just with universal reports, that yeah, I think that would be one very good reason for people to upgrade to later versions, because this is one where yeah, a lot of customers, a lot of potential customers asked me about this, and I occasionally saw the subtotal function in Excel used, and they can be quite hit on performance, which people saw as a replacement for this feature. So this is a welcome feature, and I'd recommend people use these. Okay, the action button references now updated when you copy and paste books to a new folder. Yeah, this is one that I don't find myself, and I don't think many people would, moving folders or workbooks often into different folders. But this update that came out in version 2.0.97, if you do bring across workbooks or folders that contain action buttons, when you copy and paste them to a new folder, they retain the links that will be adjusted to the new location. So you don't have to change them yourself, and if you had a lot of them, that will save you time. But it does depend how often you do move your workbooks. Action buttons, they are used quite frequently in workbooks. If you have a workflow, or you have buttons that navigate to other buttons or run processes. So if there's something you need to do, this will save you time. But it's not something I don't think people do this often. So yeah, I suspect this will be useful, as I say, if people do need to do this. Okay, plotting members from the same dimension in certain charts. Yeah, what poor? Yeah, it makes use of different line and graph chart features. It's one of the main reasons people are using poor is for dashboarding, for graphical reporting, and I see these often in the reports. I've built reports and done projects with them, and I think this update where you can split some of your line and chart and graph charts, plot them from members of the same dimension, I think will be a welcome feature. In my article here, we've split one of our line graphs by the months January, February, and March that are in the same dimension. And that's going against the price, unit, and sales in the account dimension. So despite those being in the same dimension, the months, we can still see those plotted on the line graph. And that is I think will be a powerful feature that I think people will use. Where previously, if they're in the same dimension, that would be one of the things that we would have setting up the view, not necessarily all split out and plotted in this way. And the second screen I got there where you can now split them into individual line graphs. So I've got January, February and March suddenly split into their own. So we've got further comparisons and slicing it in a different way. And we move over to the bar graph there. We've even got that both line and bar graph working with these new features. So I think this will be used. I think this would be one that we'd recommend and we'd demo with the right circumstances for this sort of report. So I think this is one that some users will enjoy. It works for quite a lot of graphs. I've listed them in my article, and I think as people get used to these, I think we'll see more of them. Okay, MDX editor updates. These are used quite often. MDX subsets they're used quite a lot. I've used them for many years as my time as a PA and TM1 consultant. They just make views and subsets easier. They make them more dynamic, and they make reporting more powerful. And they're used frequently in POR. And this update, as of version 2.0.98, gives us an improved editor. It gives us additional features in this editor, which I think developers will recognize. Developers are used to coding editors that give them syntax highlighting, that give them auto completion, find and replace. And MDX is quite an interesting language in the way that sometimes can be difficult to read. It's a querying language for multi-dimensional objects, so it's not always the easiest to read. So a user-friendly editor, I think will be welcome. I think these will be used, and I'll be using these as well. So this is a welcome update. Okay. So they were the main updates. And I've given some of my thoughts in this article, and I think the Drive Explorer is one that we knew was coming because we know that the rich tier access for IBM cloud users is going. This is one that I think people need to get used to, and I do hope and I expect that updates will come to this. And it is one that I've started to use, so I expect others will be using it as well. There will be community requests, and there will be things that people can't do that they'll ask for. So this one will be changed and further enhanced in future, no doubt. The new burst feature that I spoke about earlier, that one I think will be useful, and it's one I'll look forward to demonstrating, because I think people may get excited about that. Yeah, the deleting admins, deleting users, I should say, more than one at one time. Yeah, I think that one will be useful. Um, Creating universal reports, as I said earlier, I think universal reports are great, and yeah, I encourage users to get familiar with them because they will find them useful, and it is one reason I think to move to a more updated version. If you're on something earlier than 2.0.90, then it'd be one of the many reasons to upgrade. Yeah, the action buttons updated. Yeah, this one it may be useful if you do need to carry out a task like that, but not one that will be done frequently. Plotting members from the same dimension in charts, yeah, that one will be a powerful feature, and I think that will be one that I'll demo and use, and I think other users, consumers of Paw will definitely get familiar with that. And the index editor updates, I think, yeah, again, I'm going to be using that one, and I think other developers will with me. So that one is a welcome update. So yeah. To summarize, I think yeah, IBM Cloud customers, yeah, they have a limited control when they upgrade. Upgrades occur automatically, and it is possible to ask for a delay, but only for a short period. So it's important that their admins or those who supporting them get familiar with the Drive Explorer. But yeah, for the other customers, either on HAYNE Cloud or hosted by their IT team, we recommend staying up to date with the latest versions and up to date with the latest features to see if they would work for you. So yeah, have a read of the article and see what you like, and if you think it's something you want to know more about, please reach out to HAYNE, who can provide you with more information. Thank you for listening.